Hello and welcome once again to We've Got No Idea What We're Going to Say with Ben Simmons and Nick Murphy.
We're back, and by gosh, we're bad.
Oh yes, we've got no idea. It's every other Monday night. It's 10:30. We're here for an hour.
Every other Monday night. That regular time, which I know you'll all have set in your diary.
How do you put that on a diary or calendar every other Monday night? You can't.
You just miss out of one Monday?
Oh, right, yeah. You're like a calendar genius, aren't you?
You can actually do that in some diaries. I use Outlook. Other
diaries are available.
Yeah, diaries are available. And you can say every other Monday if you want.
In the tradition of Nick Murphy. Good start there, I like to say.
I actually thought that was one of our better ones.
Welcome,
which
lovely
just
listeners.
shows how rubbish our normal ones are.
Welcome once again to the glory of IgniteRadio.com. We're glad to be here with We've Got No Idea What We're Going to Say. And as ever, there's a host of ways you can get in touch with us interactively.
I think you should tell them how to get in touch with us live on the radio.
Thanks so much for giving me this opportunity once again. Yes, dear listeners, you can get in touch with us in a variety of ways. Via a good old-fashioned email, if you want to be crazy like that, and the address is info@wgni.co.uk. Or we have a Facebook page entitled WGNI, so just search for that on Facebook and make sure it's not some obscure American radio station, which this clearly isn't. Or you can tweet us using the fabulous Twitter @WGNI Radio. And as ever, anyone that is prepared to message us or get in touch via any means during the show, we will endeavour to mention you and talk about you quite literally on the radio, so that will be absolutely glorious. And for the first time, I'm encouraging people tonight who are friends to the presenters of the show to send us text messages if you are lucky enough to have our phone numbers. And you're in
text us, yeah?
Yeah, text us. It's like a more personal text message. It's a text me. It's a new app I'm starting, and I hate you. But quite excitingly tonight, and this hasn't happened for a month now.
I think he's just foreshadowed it.
He has foreshadowed it because we've got a guest in the studio.
Another guest in the studio. We had a beautiful girl guest in the studio before.
And this time, we've got a beautiful man guest.
And also...
Adam Jenkins!
Yay!
Hello.
Hello, Adam Jenkins.
Hello.
So... regular listeners to our podcasts will know that you featured on our on our podcasts before, and you finally made the leap to our radio show. You must be delighted.
Absolutely thrilled.
So you're pretty much insidious in every sort of multimedia outlet for our voices.
Yeah.
You get into our shows.
Yeah. I don't know how or why though.
Yeah.
Why did this all start? Because you became our first ever regular guest on the podcast.
Who was the first guest on the first podcast?
I can't remember, because the
the
first series we had no guests.
You were the first ever guest
I was
we
the
had
first one on
a
season
podcast.
2.
Yeah.
Series 2, season 2.
Let's not get into that.
Series 2.
We had a big debate whether it was series or season. We stuck with series because season's the sort of better way of saying it. It's the sort of American way, the high quality way.
The good way.
So we went with series.
You went with the bad way.
Anyway, lovely legends. Adam Jenkins is back. He's here with us for an hour. So if you want to get in touch with Adam Jenkins in any way whatsoever, then please do it via the methods that I mentioned previously.
Yep,
and
there's lots of ways, and I think it'd be nice for friends of Adam Jenkins to message in and sort of make this interactive, themed Adam Jenkins show.
I like to think of it as the We've Got No Idea What We're Going to Say Adam Jenkins edition. So, nobody else thinks of it.
No,
like
you
that.
think that on your own.
Just me.
What worries me slightly, and obviously the whole premise of this show is that we have no idea what we're going to say.
Yeah.
But I know that Adam Jenkins has slightly planned what he's going to say.
Well, see, we don't tell the guests what to do, and Adam Jenkins mentioned something to us, and I think in keeping with the title of the show, we don't know really.
We don't know. We have no idea.
So this show could be called "We Have No Idea What Adam Jenkins Has
The
Prepared."
main presenters have no idea what they're going to say.
Yeah. So the guest tells you what to do.
We're going to get to that a little bit later on, but basically, for those of you wetting yourselves with excitement, Adam Jenkins has prepared some sort of quiz for us. That's all we know. That's all we know.
Monday night at the Red Lion.
Can you hear everyone switching off their computers now?
I don't think anyone was on there in the first place.
But before we get on to craziness like that, what's been happening in the world that's affected you over the last 14 days, Nick Murphy?
Me, Nick Murphy, not
Yeah,
me, Adam Jenkins.
That'd be me.
Because you follow current affairs to the hilt.
We
don't you?
know every episode of this show we say I don't follow current affairs.
I'm just going to do sort of that one-word answer where I ask you a quick question thing and you just see if you know about it quickly. Were you shocked about Alex Ferguson retiring as Man United manager?
You told me that he did. I don't... what was it,
couldn't care
Manchester United he
Yeah,
did?
see, knowing you and knowing how much you don't follow football,
Yes.
did
Yeah.
you even know who Alex Ferguson was?
I definitely had heard of him, but
Okay.
I think if
Did you
you'd
know he
have
was a
said...
manager of... you knew he was a football
I
manager?
knew he was a football manager.
Did you know he was a football
I
manager of
would
Manchester
have
United?
probably said 80% certain he was Manchester United.
Oh, right, that's not bad for you.
Because the reason I remember him wasn't he the one that threw a football boot at
Kicked a
David
football boot.
Beckham?
Yeah, and
So
That's
you're a
why
big follower
I'm-
of David Beckham?
Yes.
Right.
he hates
Okay.
football,
Hates football, loves David Beckham.
but he collects pictures of David Beckham in his underwear. He doesn't collect
What?
pictures of David Beckham in his underwear. He puts pictures of David Beckham in
While
his own
he's
underwear.
right.
Nick.
I'm not wearing it. I just carry it around with me and
In your
stuff
own
it
underwear.
full of pictures of David Beckham.
6 minutes and 38 seconds, and we're already talking about Nick's underpants.
And David Beckham's, though, so it's not all bad.
Oh, that's okay then.
Yeah.
Going back to current affairs, I'm just going to throw these at you quickly, Nick Murphy. Were you ill in any way this week? Yes, you were.
Yes, I have been
No,
quite ill.
Were you thoroughly delighted that a girl was pulled out of the rubble alive after 17 days, having been buried in a Bangladeshi clothing factory?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the first I've heard about that.
She survived on
What?
drinking water alone.
That's the first you've heard about
That is literally...
the factory collapsing.
Yes.
So, Adam, what you...
What have you been
No,
doing?
you can't... Well, you can react like that because you don't know, but to anybody that knows Nick, he doesn't follow any
I don't
news
watch
ever.
the news. I don't read
The
the
only
newspapers.
way he finds out about what's
Basically
What you tell him.
right now.
The only thing I listen
Once a
to...
fortnight, Ben tells you what's been happening over the last 2 weeks.
What I do is I listen to the Friday night comedy on Radio 4, and it's usually like the news quiz or the Now Show, so it's topical comedy. And occasionally I'll watch Have I Got News For You? And so...
Which is pre-recorded, so you're already
Well, it's
a month
always-
behind there.
It's a day. It's recorded a day before.
I must be watching it on
But so is the Now Show and the news quiz. They're all recorded like the Thursday. They go out on the Friday, and they talk about topical things, and that's the only way. Like, I
Do you
don't
have any idea what's going on?
literally. Yeah, I don't check like the news websites. I don't watch the news. I don't read
Do you not
newspapers.
see it flash up on the internet? You're on the internet a lot.
Yeah, but I don't go on anything that says like sometimes if something big happens and people comment on it on Facebook, I might see a lot of comments. Like quite often on reality TV shows, people will put, "Oh my god, I can't believe someone so singing like a strangled cat." I'd be like, "I've no idea who they're talking about, but they're clearly all watching the same thing or something."
Does that not make you feel left out that you're not?
No, it makes me feel superior because they're all doing it, and I'm obviously better than them.
Right.
Well, you keep thinking
What my next question was going to be is: do you wish you did know more about the current events, or are you not
I
that
really
bothered?
don't. I think that the not following current events has been probably one of the best decisions I've made in the last couple of years because the thing with news, what people don't understand is it actually makes you... It's all these problems that make you anxious. It's all because you find out, there's lots of burglaries going up, there's lots of crime, there's drugs, and it gives you all these problems which you're powerless to do anything about.
Yeah.
So, and like all the politics stuff, there's been debating about this, the terrible things that they do, and you're like... None of these things actually have any bearing on my day-to-day life. I can't do anything about them. They just upset me, raise my blood pressure, cause me anxiety, and I can't do anything. Now I'm not following it. I just enjoy myself more.
See, I like starting hearty debates with you, as people who've ever looked at some of our conversations on Facebook will know. And I like to feel that because I do follow current events, I know more about the world and what's going on in the world, and I have a broader kind of knowledge about everything, and my mind has been expanded by knowing about all these experiences that have occurred all over the world.
I would say your mind has been shrunk because you get thinking in a certain way because the news media makes you think a certain way. They say certain things are like this, and a lot of people then think that that's actually the way it is, when actually if you actually knew about the story, you'd realise that that's not the way it is.
But whether
Sorry, Ben. Has something happened that's made you feel like this, or have you always been the same? You've never read a paper, you've never...
No, up until about 2 years ago, I would always read the paper on the tube and stuff, and I would generally watch the news and try and keep abreast of what was happening, thinking the same way as Ben does now, that it's better to have a broader knowledge and
So what
understanding of
happened
what's
2
going
years
on.
ago that changed your mind?
I realised it was all rubbish.
Yeah, but what? What was it that you sat on the tube and you thought...
I
this
think
is
it was
rubbish?
literally like a case. I was reading the newspaper, getting really angry about some of the stories, and and anything from like what they've done, what's happened in Parliament, to like what Jordan's done in the news, and all these things were really winding me up. And I just remember thinking, I got to the Golders Green station, having read the paper for about half an hour, really angry, and thinking, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I making... I can feel my blood pressure rising. I've sort of actually upset myself during this journey by reading the paper.
And I can't
know anything about any of these
Can
things.
I just ask, though, what was Jordan doing?
Yeah.
Some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And do you mean Eddie Jordan, who owned the Jordan motor racing team at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so did
Who's
I.
that and what's that?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Anyway, as you know, this is an interactive show, and as you probably know, we approach people on Facebook beforehand to see if they're going to be listening and see if they want to be mentioned on the show. Therefore, I feel duty-bound to give a couple of shout-outs right now to people that were active on Facebook previously. But, people, and this is a warning to you, we trialled this a fortnight ago and it was received very successfully. We are happy to give you a shout-out that... we will mention you if we can. If you've messaged the show during the show, we'll be very pleased to hear from you. If you ask for a shout-out and then don't get in touch during the show, we're going to give you an anti-shout-out at the end where you'll be severely castigated for messing us around and wasting... We've got no
Severely
idea time.
what?
Castigated.
Okay.
I didn't say
Is it glass of
masturbated.
sugar?
Anyway, I've got to say a special hello to Dan Clarkson, who I hope is listening, who was a colleague of mine 10 years ago in a fabulous show at the Colour House Theatre in Merton.
Is that a real place?
Yeah, yes. And we starred in Robin Hood and the Silver Arrow. He played Robin Hood, I played the Silver Arrow. I didn't play the Silver Arrow, I played Guy of
Comedy
Gisborne.
genius.
For a second there, I was actually like, oh, you were actually the same. I saw the show. I still thought you were there.
But I just think it's awesome that Dan Clarkson has gone on to international success with his Potted Potter show that's toured all throughout London and all over the world now. And I'm doing summer season in Margate later this year, which is
So
it's not
Dan
to be
Clarkson's
sneezed
quite,
at.
quite jealous of you as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, I don't know Dan at all, but I'm slightly bitter. Not that it was anything to do with him, but we auditioned for his Potted Potter
Yeah.
show because
Neither of
he
you
was
got it.
moving on,
And you must have met
neither of us
him,
got it.
and,
well, I must have met him when I came to see the show, but
and I
it
think
was a
you're
long time
probably
ago.
jealous of him because he pulled Maid Marian at some point during that run.
Is that widely known?
Anyway, sorry about
Just
that.
All four listeners know everything about it.
Someone's just going, Dad, wasn't I going out with you at the time you did that show?
Yeah,
Why?
they've traced
Dad, we've
it
been
back.
together for 15 years. What the hell?
Sorry about that, Dan, but you loved it at the time.
I should just point out we have had a text from regular listener Rosalind Blessed.
What she
which
said?
I'm quite enjoying it for the simple reason she's put, I don't understand why I'm listening to you now. I have to spend all day with you both tomorrow. I could be watching TV or sleeping.
That-
The bonus here, Roz, is that I'm here this week.
Yeah, exactly, and you don't get to see Adam
Text
tomorrow.
what you think about that. I'll be at work tomorrow because I have a real job.
Yeah, exactly.
You two obviously don't.
No, we really don't.
Actually, though,
sitting here playing with Roz.
this gives us a chance to plug this. We are doing something worthwhile with Roz. She's written and is directing us in a play, and we're going to be performing it in Camden in early June.
What's it called?
Love, Loss and Dogs.
Nick, tell us what it's about.
It's basically loosely based on myself and Ben Simmons' life.
Yeah. So it's
And-
about two legends that are millionaires, and they go around Playboy.
Very, very
That's-
loosely
that was
based.
the brief you wrote, wasn't it? What
Yeah.
did Roz actually write?
Yeah, it's just two
Your actual lives.
blokes dicking about a lot.
Roping me into everything you do. Am I not in the play?
That'd be awesome.
I've just
We've
made
got a
this
guest
really
in
dawned
the
on me. Am I not
play.
in the play?
Can we phone you up during the play?
I'll do a quiz in the middle of it. I was like, in the interval.
Ross,
I
can
could do a quiz in
we
the
phone
interval.
Adam Jenkins up during the show?
Let us know via text message, Facebook or email, Roz. I'm here till 11:30. Let me know. I'll put it in my diary.
Before we move on, there's some other people to say hello to. We've had a Twitter message from Duncan Borrett, who worked at Cromer. Do you
Don't say
remember him?
Duncan Goodhue, you know the swimmer.
No, it wasn't Duncan
listens
Goodhue.
often.
Although, Duncan Goodhue, if you're listening, please write in the usual ways. We've had a message from my dad as well, which is quite exciting.
Keith Simmons.
Yeah, and it says, does Nick know that the world ended yesterday?
He would have done, Keith, if he read the Metro on the bloody tube.
That
Exactly.
is the funniest thing your dad's ever said.
And he's been a comedian for 45 years.
It's been a what?
Comedian.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You
That's
didn't know
actually
he was a
funny.
comedian. That shows a slightly
Hang on,
blinkered
no, but that
view.
doesn't make sense. If the world's ended, how are we here?
It's a paradox.
Oh.
Next message.
Next message.
Moving swiftly on.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any more that I want to
that was
talk
it.
about right now. Duncan Borrett is following us on Twitter. I'm pleased about that. And then Mary F209 is waiting for me to make my move on Scramble with Friends.
That's going to wait though, isn't
I
it?
don't
Can I
think
just
she
say
messaged
possibly
the
the
show.
biggest news of this week?
What is it?
You left it so long to play on Words with Friends that you ran out of time and I automatically won the game.
There was a bit
This is what
controversial.
you're missing out
actually.
on in the newspaper because there is bigger things happening than that.
Well,
I'm
is
not
there?
sure there is.
Wigan
Do you
won
know-
the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Did Wigan have a football team?
Oh,
I
You've
thought
just
how
upset
are
you've
Wigan?
upset the whole of
the
Wigan.
people of
We
Wigan.
haven't upset the whole of Wigan.
You've
We'll
upset
find out.
anyone-
Message us, people from Wigan.
I should point out that Roz has replied to that.
Oh.
She says she feels extremely good about it, and she's enjoying you. I'm presuming meaning you,
Meaning
Adam.
Adam, yeah.
There is another player, and yes, you can be in it.
Perfect.
So there you
That's
are.
exciting. So,
Perfect.
absolutely brilliant. I think, in keeping with everything we've always done, it's time to go to a random song.
That's a good
people.
idea.
So enjoy the randomness of this. This is entirely random, isn't it?
It started.
It's Taylor Swift.
Feels like a perfect have you.
There we go then. That was Taylor Swift and 22. Do you remember being 22, Nick?
Taylor Swift. We've had her on the show before.
That's lies.
We have had songs played by her on the show before.
Yeah.
We haven't had her in your bedroom in your flat, though.
That's what you think. Is she a girl?
Yes.
Oh right. Well, in that case, yeah, I have. Yeah.
Seriously, never heard of Taylor Swift.
Until
No, yeah.
well, we played her in a
We played
previous
Trouble a
radio
few weeks
show.
ago, I remember. Yeah.
I think that was the first time I'd heard of Taylor Swift.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
Why is it unbelievable? I don't listen to any of this stuff.
You don't know current affairs, you don't know football, you don't know music.
What do you know?
Chess.
He knows chess.
There's a big tournament going on at the moment in Norway.
Who's winning?
Actually, Sergei Karyakin was on 4 out of 4, which on that level of tournament where he's got the world champion playing, the number one player in the world playing, it's sort of unheard of to have that kind of level of result.
You know how
do you know what he's talking
sometimes
about?
you speak and then you say you get upset when other people are, sort of should be listening to you and get that glazed look on their
Yeah.
eyes? I just got that.
Well, you got upset because Adam was looking at
Exactly.
that. You were like, you should be listening to Nick
I
talk about
put some
chess.
sort of...
You know, that's fair. I sort of appreciate that you two aren't that interested in it and that you would get that glazed look. But you realise you asked me the question. I wouldn't have talked about it had you not asked me the
No,
question.
that is a
No,
fair
it's true.
point, and it was slightly rude of me, so I apologise for
So
that.
just going back. So Ben said, "Who's winning or whatever?" And you went 4 out of 4 or something. Is that-
Sergei Karyakin is on 4 out of 4
What's
games.
that mean? 4
He's
out
played
of 4.
four
He scored
games and he's
4
won all
out
his
of
one.
4.
Right.
So if it's a draw, you each get half a point. If you win a game, you get a point.
How do you know?
Because I know a little bit about chess because
Do ya?
because Nick likes chess and I have to hear
Do you realise
about
it's
it.
the second biggest participation game in the world
What's
after
first?
football?
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it is.
Baseball, basketball.
No,
America?
baseball's mostly America.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, chess is
Oh, people
all
play chess
over
in
the
America as
world.
Can I just say, my dad's just texted me. Does Nick know Chess Jenkins?
I think
You
he's
know-
referring to
You
my
know, I
wife.
said the first thing you said
The
was one of the funniest.
Was that the
That-
second best?
That was much funnier.
I think he's referring to
I'm
my wife.
sorry, Dad, but you've really let yourself down. Yeah,
I don't think
he
so. I
is-
think
I
it's
think he
brilliant.
was referring to Jess.
Take it into summer season.
Yeah, and leave it there. But there we go.
Ba-dum-bum.
I was in Bognor Regis today having a preparatory meeting for my summer show that's going to be in Margate later this year. For anyone listening that's within easy reach of Margate between the 17th of July and the 16th of August, come and see the Get Happy show. It's going to be good.
Yeah, publicity. For
How
a
happy
show
are
in
you
Margate.
doing it?
About 80%.
Really?
That's quite happy.
What can
Yeah.
make it 20% better?
If I know there's a lot more people going to buy tickets.
Right.
Because I'm partly producing the show as well. You get that extra pressure, don't you?
What, wanting money in your back pocket?
Wanting
Are you
to
out
be
in the
able-
interval selling ice creams?
No.
Oh,
wanting to be
not
able
ice
to
cream.
eat at the end of the week.
what? Right.
Brilliant.
What was your favourite thing about the Margate adventure last year? Because you obviously spent like about 5 weeks there.
5
6
weeks, yeah.
What was
I think
What was? If you look back at that, what is that one thing that kind of makes you go, that was awesome?
completely honestly, because last year we had some audiences where we struggled to get people into the theatre. We had some where there were a lot of people in. When I actually think back about it, it was actually the laughs we had backstage and the sort of camaraderie with everyone
Right.
in the show and getting to know people.
Because there were no
better.
laughs on stage.
Yeah, I was going to say, surely it would have been better if all the laughs were happening on stage. That's what people
Yeah.
buy tickets for. You can't go,
Yes.
that show was rubbish, but we had a bloody good time backstage.
I suppose that should have been more important, really. Yeah, yeah.
The priorities are all wrong.
For me, it was the fact that the two girls who were in the show with you were incredibly attractive.
Well, I didn't want to
always
say
comes
that.
back
Yeah,
to
he always
this with
does, but he's
Nick.
not wrong.
But
I
it's
mean,
not right, is it?
Isn't it?
Sit there and say, yeah, the show was good. Them dancers were very technical.
I wasn't talking about the dancers.
Oh, who are you talking about?
The two girls, the vocalist and the violin player,
Violin player?
instrumentalist.
Violinist?
Yeah, or violin player or instrumentalist. I don't think he was wrong. You were more right, I suppose, but he wasn't wrong.
It wasn't like a violin player. What kind of an idiot are you?
Well, I can
Can
tell
we
you that
just-
if you want. Have we got time?
Can we get away from inane violin ramblings? And I'd just like to say a hello to someone who wants a shout out on the show, a guy called Alec Moschella, who I did a corporate job with probably about 2-3 years ago now, where it sounds pretty unexciting to know that we were all characters based on the discovery of electricity and people who'd used electricity in inventions throughout the ages. I can't remember who he played, but he...
To me, that sounds exciting.
Well, all the people at the event bloody loved it. They were in jokes.
Did you have
and everything.
Nikola Tesla?
Yeah, he was there.
Who else would you have had? The guy.
Who was I? I can't even remember who I was. Benjamin someone.
Franklin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you two know more about it than me and I was in it. Anyway, hello Alec, good to know that you're listening, and I don't think I've ever seen
How
you
do you
since
know
that
he's
time.
listening?
Because he's messaged and asked for
Oh.
a shout out on Facebook.
Has
What?
he?
Yeah. Do you
Someone
not
else
believe
has.
me?
It's just flashed. Who's that?
Billy
he's just put
Ampere?
awesome.
No, I made that up.
Who?
Who?
Yeah. He was Von Siemens. That's who he played.
That's a joke.
It really isn't. You
He was what?
Von Siemens? You know Siemens mobile phones and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy.
right.
Isn't it supposed to be that Bluetooth, which is in like everybody's phones, and it's named after an old Viking king called Bluetooth? That's how they actually named it after him.
I didn't know that.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it was
know
on
that.
QI.
Did anyone know that?
It was on
Nick,
QI,
yeah.
so probably millions of people who
Oh,
watch
so,
QI.
you,
would
so you're
know
watching something then? Up to date? You're doing something with your life. You're just sitting in the wardrobe all week
can I
waiting
just-
for Ben to come
for
round to do the
people who-
radio show.
For
that.
people
There is
who-
an element of that.
Yeah.
But it's just,
hang on.
I don't sit in the
No,
wardrobe.
hang on. This is important for people that are really worried sick over who I was describing about the electricity. Alex just confirmed it was Ernst von Siemens who made the first telegraph thingy. He's actually said there. So
Is that the technical term?
You knew all the technical terms, so that's good to know.
Well done.
And speaking of technical wizardry, for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, and we've got no idea what we're going to say, we've allowed the guest to bring in their own equipment.
I think
And,
that's good because our equipment's not great.
What are you talking about?
But Adam Jenkins, I believe you've prepared a quiz for us, haven't you?
I absolutely have.
Do you want to tell
This
us?
is what you've prepared.
And
Yeah, when
feel-
you say prepared, I
You haven't
I
done
thought
anything.
about it at about 5 o'clock, and then I thought, we'll do something later on.
Is that not preparing though?
Well-
Just because you only did it at 5, does that make it somehow less prepared?
Well, when Ben said Adam's prepared, so it sounds like I've been working on it for months, and it's going to be fantastic and sort of change the way we listen
and
to radio.
He hasn't
and
been
it
working
isn't.
for months. It's going to be rubbish. It's not
going
going
to
to
be
do anything.
yeah. It could go all wrong.
But you can join in with this at home and feel free to enjoy
Do they
yourself.
just click the red button and no?
No, they just listen and see what they
Sort
now,
think.
of-
as
no.
I understand this, if we look at your laptop during this, we're going to see the answers. So the best thing is for me and Ben not to be looking at his laptop.
You won't
Well,
know, dear
that makes it a
listeners.
quiz, yeah. If you,
You
don't
won't
know the answers,
Yeah, you won't know whether we're doing it or not, but I can guarantee we wouldn't cheat you.
Yeah,
So
I think you should all play along at home and kind of maybe message us in with the answers while we're doing the answers as well.
yeah. Well, tell us first of all, Adam, how this quiz is going to work. What's it all about?
Actually, that's a good point. I've no idea.
Okay, the name of this quiz is.
Hang on, we've got sound
Oh,
effects
hang
on
on.
the show.
Well, you've cut it off right in the middle, haven't you? You've ruined it before we've even started.
That wasn't in the
Turn
middle.
away from the computer. Turn back away. We'll do that again.
Leave the
Ben,
studio.
Ben, can you just do the last little lead in?
What the
No. I'm going to play that.
You
Can
can
you
do
say
the-
Adam's going to? Yeah,
Right,
just
so-
go back a bit.
So,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen, imagine the last 30 seconds never happened.
There we go.
Adam's got this quiz ready. What's it all about, Adam?
Okay, the quiz is called.
What is it called? Just say this.
Right, you've done it again. Come on, if we're going to do this, let's do this
It
properly.
was all going so
Just
well.
do- just
I'll be
literally-
quiet.
Right.
Turn his mic off and just say the last 2 words.
I'm not turning his mic off, but what's it all about, Adam?
Right, the quiz is called. any theme will do. See what I've done there?
Yeah.
Play on words
What
for
have
that
you done?
famous Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, Cats.
Phantom of the Opera, yeah.
Right, basically...
Oh, any
it's
dream will do.
Yeah,
Oh, I see,
yeah,
yeah.
that famous musical called Any Dream Will Do. Okay, so we're going to do TV themes. Okay, look away.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
you're going to play a theme.
I'm going to play you each a theme. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start with Nick.
Right.
Can you keep score as well?
I will keep
How
score.
many are there in
I've got a
total?
pencil.
5?
No, 7.
7?
But we're not going to play the whole theme. We're going to play 10 seconds of the theme. Okay.
Ooh, right,
so
okay.
Nick, I'm going to play you a theme. Let's do one as an
Are
example.
we allowed to listen to it twice or just the
No,
one?
just the
Well-
one. No, we've got to be strict. We've got to move on.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you need an example, or should we just go for
No,
it?
let's go for it.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
go for it.
it's Nick first, yeah?
Nick is
No
first.
So it's my
pressure on
first
me
go.
for this one.
Okay,
No
Nick,
clues.
you're going to
Right,
get
Nick.
10 seconds of the theme. No
Yeah.
clues. I'm going to stop it bang on 10 seconds, regardless
Right.
of where we are in the track.
Right.
And I need your first answer.
And it's a TV theme.
It's a TV theme. If you get it wrong, or if you pass, Ben will get the opportunity to steal your point.
Oh.
The
Okay.
tension is literally building.
I'm scared.
Yeah,
Right, ready, Nick? Here's your 10 seconds.
Never been this nervous.
TV theme 1.
do it.
When I wake up in the morning and the alarm gets out of warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time. By the time I grab my books,
There's your 10 seconds.
I think the clue is in the question there because it started with a bell, and I want to say that it was saved by the bell.
Nick Murphy, I can tell you the answer was Saved by the Bell.
look, I'm at the corner just in time to see
you
the
got
bus
excited,
ride
It was good.
It's alright, 'cause I'm saved by the bell.
Okay. Ben, ready for your question?
I think I can take it. Let's do it.
They're not all going to be as easy as that.
That wasn't easy. I wouldn't have got that.
Really?
I would have guessed it, but I didn't know it.
Really?
Yes.
Right.
I'm worried now.
Don't you ever listen to news or anything?
Here we go, Ben. Ready?
Yeah, go on, do it.
10 seconds. Here
Right.
you go.
I know this one.
I can't
Ben Simmons, I need
believe-
your first
I
answer.
can't believe that I can't instantly remember it. It's something like... No, that it's not that. That was...
You can't sing your own theme tune. What was the one I
My
just
theme
played
tune.
you? What was the one I just played?
Oh, God.
Gonna have to hurry you.
You are.
5,
Not right. I'm
have
going to
some
say... I'm
4,
going to say Airwolf.
3.
It's not right.
Airwolf.
Yeah.
I can tell you, Ben, that
I'm
is
gonna
the
say go on,
wrong
three,
answer. It's going to be passed on to Nick. Nick, what's the answer?
I think this is starring the fantastically mustachioed Tom Selleck. It's Magnum P.I.
He's absolutely right. It's Magnum PI.
Come on. You know, I'm kicking myself right now.
Oh, you want me to kick you as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ross Blessed's texted to say so much easier. Was she referring to Ben's one or mine? That's what I want to know.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it wrong.
Whose go is it? Nick.
It's my go
this
again.
will put Nick 3-0 up.
With 4 to play. Or
Yes.
whatever. Ah, this is not good.
Are you ready, Nick?
She's
Are you ready for
yes.
tune number 3?
Yeah, but
Yes,
you might
I'm
not
ready,
get
I'm
it.
ready, I'm
10
ready.
seconds. This is a tough one. Here we go.
Oh, yes, I do know this.
Oh, he knows
I
it.
only got it in the last couple of seconds. That
thinks he
first
knows
bit I
it.
didn't
You
know.
actually know it?
But I think that's the great Robin Williams in Mork and Mindy.
He's absolutely right.
Yes!
It's 3-0. Ben,
You see, I watched a lot of TV in
he
the
doesn't
80s.
know anything about what's going on now, but 1970s program. He
He
knows
doesn't
everything
know
about.
current affairs.
I watched a lot of TV in the
He's a
80s.
TV-themed genius.
How'd you feel?
That first bit I really didn't know.
I feel as sick as a parrot right now.
Well, you've got the opportunity here to get
Is
a
it
point
3-0?
back.
Oh, she meant Ben's was much easier, which is a bit harsh.
Yeah, I think I've crashed and burned
They're
already.
only easy if you know the answers.
Well,
That's
that's
right.
what they
I
always
think
say.
she's
And
being a
come
bit
on, Ben,
harsh
You can
there.
still get back into this. This is
Right.
quite a good one. You
Come on.
definitely know this one.
Will I?
Here we go.
Go on
10
then.
seconds.
Don't make it too easy. I don't think I know this.
There's your 10 seconds.
Wow.
Does it ring any bells?
It does, but
As you're 3-0 behind, should we
I
play
think
the first 10 seconds
No,
again?
No.
it's all right.
You can't
I
change
think
the rules
I know what
halfway
that
through.
was.
Ben, give us your answer.
Was it not American? Was it British?
It was British.
Was it not the week? It was at the weekend.
I can't give you any
Just
more
give
clues.
the answer.
Was it going live?
It was going live.
Oh, impressive,
Yes.
impressive. I wouldn't have got that.
He's
did
got
I
a point
know that?
back. He's got a point back.
That was tough.
Can I just say, hang on, I'm going to interrupt and say we've had a shout out from Alex Kaffetzoglu, who was mentioned on the show a couple of weeks
He
ago.
was indeed.
He thought that last tune was Chuckle Vision.
It did sound a bit like that.
He was
actually.
wrong.
He was wrong. Yeah, sorry, Alex.
Nick,
Yeah, I'm ready.
here we go.
Dashing and daring, courageous and caring, faithful and friendly with stories to share.
What the heck was that?
Wow.
What do you think, Nick?
I have to say, that is a stumper. Dashing and daring. It's got to be some sort of cartoony type thing, I think.
If he gets this,
Wow. Do you think you know this, Ben?
not really.
Wow. I genuinely... Oh, God, I've got to say something very quickly. Dashing and daring.
You really have. Come on.
Yeah, you're dawdling now.
No, I'm going to pass. I
Going to
genuinely
pass.
no
Ben,
idea.
it's over to you.
Is it American?
Right, stop asking questions. You either answer or you don't.
All right, strict.
Strictly Come Dancing.
Something with bears in it.
Yes. Come on, you got 10 seconds to
Stop
give me an
getting
answer.
clues.
Gummy bears.
Oh my word, he's back in the game.
That was Gummy Bears.
It's 3. It was Gummy Bears. Do you want to hear a bit more?
No,
The forest they sing out in
Thank you,
chorus. They march.
no.
Okay.
I'm clear.
Whose goes it now?
Ben
I think it's
Simmons.
my official
Ben,
go.
this will take you to 3-3.
I can't believe
If
I've
you
come
get
back.
this will take you to 3-3, and I'm pretty sure you will because of the way it's come out. You will get this, which will take us to a tiebreaker
pressure.
to
How
end
come
the
you
game.
start every one of Ben's with, I'm sure you're going to get this?
It's not planned one bit. Ready,
Alex
Ben?
Michelle thought that last one was Care Bears, and he was trying to
Oh,
help.
Close.
He was trying to help me
Yeah,
before
you
I
can't be
gave
looking at the
answer.
Twitter feeds while you're answering these questions.
Thanks, guys, but no, yeah. Okay.
Right.
No looking at messages.
All right.
Ben.
All right, go on.
To take it to 3-3.
Do it.
10 seconds.
Oh, for God's sakes. That's the easiest one yet.
That's mine.
It absolutely is. I can't believe the tension now.
Load
3-3.
of rubbish. Load
3-3.
of
Is
rubbish.
there one left each?
Fix.
No, there's one, and we're going to buzz in.
Oh,
Now, I have to give a shout out to my boss, Mr. Stevie B. He
Okay.
actually provided all these tracks this afternoon.
well, what a legend.
Right, yeah.
Absolute legend.
Excellent.
Thanks, Stevie P.
There you go. They're thanking you.
Could you have done better ones for me? Ross says it's not fair. I'm not sure why. Why is it not fair? Is it easier for Ben or me?
Yeah, I
You've
think.
got to clarify these texts.
I think she needs.
It's only
to
a
just
game,
let
Ross.
It go.
Yeah,
Let
everyone chill
it's
out.
only
It's
a
only a
game.
game.
So, big break.
Big break.
Have I won? Yes. No, that wasn't an official.
Right.
Adam's going to sing the last theme tune.
Right. There is one more theme tune.
Let's do
Now,
it. Let's do it.
How are we going to buzz in?
I'm going to tell you
Right.
right now. We need a buzzer each. Nick,
Right.
give me a buzzer. Ben, give me a buzzer.
Me.
Perfect. Here we go.
Right.
Buzz in as soon as you like, okay? And I will pause the track and ask for your answer.
Good luck, Nick.
Sod off.
Hope you
He
lose.
doesn't want to reply. Here we go. Nick.
Danger Mouse.
It is Danger Mouse! Nick takes the game. 4-3.
You
Won
swine.
it on the last. How'd you feel about that?
I've never felt that aroused at a music quiz.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed my
That
comeback.
has been the most exciting thing that we've done on the radio.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Any Theme Will Do.
So what do you do? What's about the point of that? No? Right, sorry.
No, that was it.
I'd like to congratulate Adam Jenkins for not only being a good guest, for bringing a quiz to We've Got No
I'd
Idea
like
What We're
to
Gonna Say.
congratulate
Thanks very much.
me for winning.
Well
I'd
done.
like to congratulate you for winning. Do you know what your prize is?
Yeah, what is my prize?
Drinks are on you after the show.
No,
Excellent.
the prize
Hang
is a
on,
night
what?
out with Adam Jenkins. And the
it's
last
not.
place
It's
prize is a week out with Adam Jenkins in Benidorm. But anyway,
I think we should play some music, shouldn't we?
Enough inane ramblings, we need a random song. How random's this one? There we go then, bit of Duke Dumont and Need You 100%. Did you enjoy that, Nick?
Well, who were they?
Brilliant.
It was number one about 4 weeks ago, I think.
Oh, was it number one? Because I listened to the Hit Parade.
The Hit Parade? In the UK Top 40?
That's what I said.
The Hit Parade, yes. He enjoys
Does
it.
Fluff still present it?
Yeah.
He loved listening to the wartime hits of Vera Lynn.
It's a long way to Tickle Mary.
Yes, it is. A couple more shout-outs to give. I'd like to say hello to my niece, Katie Marson, who's
Yeah,
messaged
she's
the show. That's
Enjoying
fantastic.
listening, and it's good to hear from you, Casey. I haven't spoken to you for a while.
Yeah, good
Where
to
can
know
you
that
see
you're
that?
out there.
On Facebook?
Yeah, and also Duncan Borrett, who was listening earlier, when we said about a music quiz, he said, is there going to be Seaside Special bingo? Because he worked in the bar when we were there at Seaside Special.
We could do that one week if I'm
What's
ever
Seaside
invited
Special for those that don't know?
It's a popular
Who doesn't
summer
know?
review show in Cromer in Norfolk that's been running for about 36-7 years, I want to say
Most
now.
people in the country.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I starred in it for
you
for
say
2
starred?
years. I say starred, and I did.
Oh,
So there you go.
if that's how you see it. Okay.
Yeah, fantastic. So when we look back now on that quiz, the first ever quiz that's ever been on an episode of We've Got No Idea What We're Going to Say, do you think people will look back on it fondly or will look for improvements?
I will look back on it fondly. I
Well, I
think
think
you'll look back on it with bitter and recrimination.
Not as
Tears.
much bitterness as you think. When I was 3-0 down, I thought this is a disaster, and then I'm quite pleased I got it back to 3-0 and I didn't mind
and
You
I
it.
feel like you got some respect.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think people listening will think we've planned that to give it attention, and we really didn't. Because
We
you
really
really
didn't.
had no idea
No,
what
we-
I was
we-
going to do.
We had no idea what he was going to play.
I see what you
Brilliant.
sort of said there.
Did you enjoy it enough to maybe do it again in the future?
No.
Oh.
But anyway, no, I think
Don't be
maybe-
ridiculous, Adam, for God's sake.
I think any time Adam Jenkins is on this programme, you have to now do a music quiz. Tell you what,
Do it, a quiz. I'm not saying it doesn't have to be a music one.
It's hard on the radio to do a quiz about anything else, isn't it?
No, you ask questions and we answer them.
Oh, I see, yeah.
I think we should leave it up to the
What
listeners.
if we do current affairs round?
Or
so Ben gets
current
back up.
affairs and affairs from the 1980s. I might stand a chance.
Who
This
had
is like
affairs
Ant
in the
versus
1980s?
Deck, isn't it?
No.
Nick versus Ben.
That's
And I'm
what
like
it's more
the pussycat doll in the middle.
Ashley Jensen. Jensen? Yeah.
Ashley.
Cat
That one.
Dealey.
The blonde one.
Cat Dealey was in the middle of Ant and Deck.
She
Yeah,
wasn't a
about
pussycat
20
doll.
years ago on CD UK.
What
You're not
surprising
living
you?
in the past.
I don't really understand what you're not getting about
Murphy
this.
decided-
I
just
don't watch
get
TV
everything
now.
we say. You say something from 1992.
Nick Murphy decided he would stop reading the newspapers, and time for Nick Murphy stopped
He
then.
was so adamant. Cat Dealey.
He liked Adamant, actually. He was in the 80s when he
You
still
know
read
him?
the
You heard of
paper.
him? Have you heard of One Direction?
No, but someone put today One Direction are hot, and I wanted to put what One Direction is hot, but you have to specify like left or right. I don't understand.
Brilliant. So you were just.
But also, I used to get really confused because people talked about One Direction. I had no idea who they were, and then Ben did pantomime with another group called Same Difference. So 2 words, and the second word begins with D. So I used to go around
There's no excuse to confuse
telling people that Ben was doing panto with One Direction.
2 words, and the second word begins with D.
It's the same.
Yeah, you thought I was doing panto with
Difference.
Les Dennis? I can't believe
Is
it.
he a band?
He's been banned from several theatres.
Do
now.
What?
anything, you do anything for work now, I think.
I don't know. I'm just
He
guessing.
was on extras. He did quite well out of that.
Oh,
He
I
was
enjoyed
in,
him on that. But he was making fun of himself.
Did you
Yeah, but-
Which
see
should be-
Life's Too Short Easter special?
Yes.
That was good with Les Dennis, Keith Chegwin and Barry from EastEnders.
3 of the
Sean
greatest
Williamson.
actors of our time.
Anyway. Well, how have you enjoyed your experience so far, Adam Jenkins? You've been here for nearly 45 minutes now.
That's that's over double what I'm usually here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the podcast that only lasts 20 minutes. And by
Well, I
the
was
way,
sort of hanging around for the quiz.
You've
Now the
done
quiz is
more
over.
now than you've ever done live on the podcasts.
yeah,
No, that's true.
Yeah.
that is true.
I can't believe I've lasted.
Are
Really.
you feeling emotional or not that bothered?
No, I'm not bothered really at all.
Fair enough.
This has affected me in no way.
What I would like to ask our listeners is what to do about the quandary I find myself in with regards to our next show.
Tell us.
Nick Murphy, ladies and gentlemen, at the regular scheduled time for our programme to occur, will be abroad.
I'm sorry.
Now, we will need to enter intense negotiations with Daniel Bell and Callum Sutton, our masters at Ignite Radio, and find out whether we can delay it, postpone it for a fortnight afterwards, which means there won't be another one for a month. Or, and Nick Murphy did say, maybe I'll try and do it with someone else, but that would sort of feel a bit like I was cheating on you.
I would feel like you're cheating with it. You could do it with a guest presenter.
Yeah.
I don't know who you could ask.
But I would like kind of get a thrill from cheating on you, because that's what the whole point of cheating, isn't it? That
Well,
sort of
you
feeling
could
of
really
naughtiness.
double the cheating. I mean, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not suggesting this is definitely happening. But you could make it a sort of ulti-cheat by having Nicole C. as the guest
Ooh.
presenter. My wife. You could be cheating on me romantically and radially.
If
Radio
anyone
then.
listening at the minute has no idea what they're talking about, message him.
at the usual address. Well, likewise, if any of our listeners want to offer their services as a guest presenter,
I think we've already had a listener offer her services.
well, we'll see what
For
happens
what?
with that. We'll tell you what, we won't mention it now. We'll wait till the end of the show and see the plethora of offers that we've had from out there.
Yeah.
And although I'd like to say Ros Blessed is one of the front runners so far.
Yeah, but she's not the one that messaged it. No, she is. I'll shut up. Is it? It's almost, even though because we started our second song quite late. Is it time for another song now?
I think I would like to wait around about a minute before we play another random song.
I'd like to do it now.
What would
Let's
you
meet
like
you
to do?
halfway at 30 seconds.
That's fine.
That is really, really fair. That means, Adam Jenkins, you've got to talk about something
The
interesting.
Cat Dealey of the world of the
Oh, Cat Dealey's
WGNI.
available to come and present with you.
If you could get in touch with her and find out,
If not, I could do another quiz. But there's no one for you to play. Maybe
Yeah.
we could get you on the phone.
in Germany,
Possibly.
Yeah, I could ring him from my work
this
phone.
is getting far too
we
involved.
could, get you on, we could ring you and do a quiz over
Yeah.
the phone.
Yeah, we could.
We could.
When is it? 2 weeks today?
2
Yeah.
weeks today.
Suddenly,
I think it's
the
time for this. I think we've had
Let's play the
30
song while
seconds.
we talk
stakes
about
have been
this.
raised. I think we need to get that random song on.
Ben, do you want to? You so we're saying earlier you wanted to talk over an intro and get it bang on time.
Oh, that a bit. I've always wanted to do that,
we go
and
then,
we
ready?
normally don't do it.
Talk
Right,
over this intro.
hit the song. Now, we do have technical software which enables me to see when the intro will stop and the music will start. So I'd like you to enjoy this song. There we go then, that was Chocolate by the 1975, and I'd like to apologise to anybody listening to my intro there, because I think it's fair to say that I massively cocked that up. And to reflect that, my dad texted in the show, which I thought was nice, and just put timing. Which
Do you want to have another go?
No, I don't.
No.
It's happened now. My dad also suggested that I did the next fortnight show with Wicked Hughes, who is a character that me and him invented, and then also he said get Bernie Clifton.
I'd like to. I just think it's brilliant because, and repeat what I said earlier, is that first thing your dad said was really funny. That
Yeah, but
first thing,
if
just
you-
the first thing.
If you're
Nothing
me,
else.
you find the idea of Wicked Hughes funny. I can't really explain it now on the air.
But
Yeah,
you've
well,
just
I
told
always-
us that he's made up. So there's no chance in hell that he's coming in to present with you.
Don't you just love it when people have in jokes with someone who's not even in the studio?
Or real.
Yeah, but it's like me and my dad find this really funny. My dad's not here, so I'm
Why
just
don't you go
laughing
outside
about
and ring your dad?
I'll ring him afterwards.
Why don't you get Keith down
Maybe
here?
I'll ring Wicked Hughes.
Why don't you get Keith down here to present?
Yeah, all right.
it. Just to see if she'll jump again. Kate Marson.
That's all.
Yeah, she messaged the show and said it made her jump when we said her name before. Did it make you jump that time?
Yes.
Or did you think you were safe, it was all over? There
Can
you
I make
go.
a breaking news announcement?
Absolutely.
As you're the regular technical expert now on the show, you've been in charge of music.
Am I now
you're, in
classed as
charge
regular?
you're in charge of breaking news, because
Okay.
let's be honest, Nick doesn't know about it.
Breaking news. It's sport-related breaking news as
Oh,
well.
well, I'm just so excited.
Go on.
We can
Chess.
now officially announce
Chess.
that Roberto Mancini has been sacked by Manchester City this evening.
Well, despite anybody
Who
trying
is
to
he
say
and what does he
chess
do?
in it,
I've just told
let's-
you he's been sacked by
let's
Manchester
explain.
Yeah,
how-
what is it? It could be
hang
the
on,
T-man.
Hang on.
Yes.
Let's explain how sad that is, because he's the manager of Manchester City. Last year, he won their first Premier League title for 40 odd years.
By himself? Didn't they
I know,
usually like 10
he's
other
that
players?
good a player, it's unbelievable. And he's come. It's not like they've got relegated this year. They came second, and they got to
Okay,
the
runners
FA
up
Cup
in the FA
final
Cup.
How can they justify sacking someone who came second?
because
They
it's
wanna
not good
win,
enough
not
to
good
not
enough.
have any trophies.
he spent
at
a
all.
lot of money.
Yeah, he did. He spent
Millions.
He spent more than £1 million.
All right,
He
but is that good? He spent what? He bought a lot of cups of tea because he was the
No,
tea
if you
bloke?
spend more than £1 million on
On
players,
what?
on football,
Football players.
players, you should probably
Does
win.
he not?
them.
Did he not have a team already?
Yeah, but you have to. I mean, he's just got no clue.
Well, see, talking to Nick about football,
Cat
you just
dealing.
get more and more annoyed, and
I
you
know.
end up getting him in a headlock, and then it all goes violent.
Change the subject. What is that on your computer?
I think Kate Marson enjoyed being
I like to call
named
that
again.
an emoticon. From
Yes, I
Kate
think you're
Marson.
right. A large one. I don't know how she does
Very
that
big.
on a
On
Facebook chat.
That showed impressive technical ability there, I think.
More impressive than any of us.
Oh my god! Yes, it did. Like actually jumped.
Right, wow. It's like we're just reading out as she's thinking
Well,
it.
that's,
now.
that's exactly what I did.
That's
And
just
what was
scary.
weird is Adam did a perfect impression of her voice.
Is that how she talks?
No,
No.
Not at all.
that was just Nick being humorous.
Yep.
So well done, Nick.
Still
Well-
funnier than your dad in all his other comments.
Claire Water was online.
Good. Do you want to say hello to her? She
Go on,
won't-
say hello. She,
I bet she's not listening,
She
though.
won't be able to get the signal on board.
Is there anyone that we know is online who is listening right now? Other than the people that have already been messaging into the show. And can we thank you for that? You've been fabulous. If you do want to get in touch in the last 5 minutes or so of this show, you can find us on Facebook, WGNI, tweet at WGNI Radio, follow us on there, like our Facebook page, and email info@wgni.co.uk. But you've only got 5.5 minutes, so, you know, it could all go violently wrong if you don't text in time. How do you feel with knowing there's only 5 minutes left, Adam Jenkins? Are you starting to get emotional now?
No, I'm starting to think, right, what time's your tube?
That's
And I mean that with complete sincerity.
entirely fair enough, I suppose. Nick, are you starting to get emotional?
I'm getting very emotional, but not about anything you've just mentioned.
Oh, right. What's causing you to get emotional then?
My chair's a bit uncomfortable.
And that's making you emotional?
It's pressing me in all the wrong places.
The tears are running down your legs. There we go. There's another massive emoticon from Kate Marson appeared on Facebook, and it looks slightly scary.
It is. It's a weird sort of house or a scary face.
House face.
Oh, I
Face
think
house.
I put it in the wrong thing there. Just to confirm, I wrote only 5 mins, and I didn't mean to write it in Kate Marson's box. So sorry about that.
Right. Let's not mention that anymore. So, final 5 minutes, Nick. How would you like to sum up this evening for you?
It's been a pleasure and a joy.
I really thought you were going to say a chore then, and
I
you
thought
didn't.
so.
You didn't say chore.
No, I didn't. It hasn't been a
Can
chore.
something be a pleasure and a chore?
Yeah, well, I suppose so. If you really enjoy taking the rubbish out to the bin, that's a pleasure and a chore.
Who does that? No
Well,
one.
I'm not saying that anyone does.
I
I'm
get-
saying
I bet
it's a hypothetical situation.
Some people really enjoy hoovering and ironing, don't they?
Mr. Muscle. He loves
Again,
cleaning kitchens.
not a real person.
Well, that's what you think.
He could. Maybe we'll get him in.
Yeah,
Listen, if you can't find anyone, I'll come in. How's that?
that's what that I like. I don't want you to feel like you're the last resort. but
Well, I
thanks
always
for that.
am.
Before we do anything else, I think we've got a couple of anti-shout-outs we need to castigate.
Is
people
your
for.
auntie listening again?
No, I think you've misunderstood my pronunciation there. Anti, as in the opposite of shout-out.
Who's Duncan Borrett?
He's the guy we mentioned earlier who
Not
worked
Duncan Goodhue.
at the show in Cromer in the front of House of the Theatre.
He liked our page.
Yeah, well, he's got a shout-out. It's not being taken back at the end of the show because he's been listening, so
Right.
well done. But I feel you are responsible for the anti-shout-outs, Nick Murphy, so I'm going to...
Well, who are they?
Well, Dan Clarkson, I've mentioned Potted Potter and everything.
Yeah.
I've had no message from
Well,
him.
that's really going to boost his audience.
I've had no knowledge of knowing whether he's been listening or not, so I'd like you to anti-shout-out him right now.
Dan Clarkson, consider yourself anti-shouted out.
So what does that mean?
Well, it means that he got in touch on Facebook before the show began, and
Yeah.
I said, you've got to listen during it and send us a message so we know you're listening. He didn't bother to do
Then
that.
he went to bed.
So we've taken his shout-out back.
I think I should do an anti-shout-out to the very beautiful Mignon Cox.
Yeah, what
who-
happened to her?
She
You put a lot
really
of effort
didn't
in.
grasp the concept.
You put a lot of effort in trying to get her to listen. Did
Yeah.
she listen?
No. Well, she hasn't mentioned anything. And I think she had struggled with the concept of us being on the internet.
And I've got to say, I
And
witnessed
being
you
on the radio.
trying your darndest to get us on the, what
She's
day,
clearly
today,
quite- she
what
was like,
area
"When's
does
it
this go
gonna be
out,
in
hit
5
everywhere, it's the internet. You know, what time
she
are you
was
on
struggling
now?
with the concept, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
I mean, I would have given up on the first one.
Quite early.
Don't bother.
So consider yourself anti-shouted out.
And also, finally, and it's a little bit upsetting, but we anti-shouted out last time, Rachel Woolett. She needs another one
Did she
tonight.
shout? Did she say she'd be listening?
Well, she sort of vaguely got in touch on Facebook earlier and indicated that she
Rachel
might.
Woolett, I am disgusted. It's a good job you've got lovely fun bags because I'm disgusted by everything else.
We always used to call them dirty pillows.
Oh, we
didn't
did. I
And
can't
can I
believe
just say,
I've said that wrong.
I hope that my mum is listening because I can admit this to her when she's not in the room. She was. I was talking about something I had in my
Please,
eye one time.
Can I just stop this for 1 second? It's,
I know.
this
Can you
is
just
the
think
good
about the
start.
trail of thought that what you've just said?
Adam has gone pale.
You can't
at the
believe
thought.
it. What
Let me say it.
I
right?
hope my mum's listening.
Basically,
Well, that's the end of the show, everybody. So think about what Ben Simmons has just said.
basically, I was talking to my mother about something I got in my eye, and she said to me, "Have you got dirty pillows?" And it really, really made me laugh, and I couldn't let on in front of my mother why I was
We
laughing.
tried to be quite clean-mouthed when we're on Ignite Radio, but it is nearly 11:30. So
I don't
we'll just
think
say.
dirty pillows is foul-mouthed, is it?
No, but I was just going to say dirty pillows means boobs.
Did you have dirty pillows when you had something in your eye?
Can neither confirm nor deny that was the reason. But,
But when your mum said, "Have you got dirty pillows?" What did you say?
I said no.
But did you? Did you or not?
No.
His wife was nearby.
What would she
What?
dirty the pillows?
What are you saying?
She's got boobs. I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has.
we talking
Into a whole dangerous area here, and I'd like to.
And I think it
apologise for that.
started with you and your mum and your
You
dirty
came out of
pillows.
nowhere with that.
I flailed off in the wrong direction and it got
Completely
worse from there. But thanks to everybody who's been legendary and listened to Ignite Radio, and we've got no idea what we're going to say tonight. Don't forget, if you've only caught the end of the show and wish you'd heard it from the very beginning, if
You're
you're one of
lucky.
those mad people, it will be on YouTube for our on-demand service by the morning.
Absolutely.
So spread the word and find us on
I think we
Facebook.
should find out how Adam's felt about this.
Adam, how do you feel?
Completely average.
Well,
Have you enjoyed being the
I
first
have.
male
Yeah, no, it was
guest
good.
on Ignite Radio?
It was good. I think the podcast with 20 minutes, you sort of get into it, and then it's see you later.
And now you've found
It's
it
sort of worth coming in now, isn't it? For an hour.
whereas for an hour you feel like you peaked
Well,
after half an hour
about
and it's sort of been
I
downhill
thought
ever since.
Yeah, 40 minutes. I thought, now's the time we should be shutting off, really. But no, another 20 minutes.
Well, thanks for being a legendary guest. Just
welcome. It's
finally,
been good to have you.
We've had a final text from my dad who said that Mum is under sedation now after that last part of the show. So apologies for that, Mum. I'm not going to say any more. I'd like to say a massive thanks to Adam Jenkins and then hand over to Nick Murphy to finish the show and sum up.
Well, thank you very much about that. Yes, it's quite impressive that we've managed to finish the show with dirty pillows. I'd like to thank everyone at Ignite Radio for having us on their show. Thank you to Adam Jenkins for being our guest. Thank you, of course, to my colleague Ben Simmons. From me, Nick Murphy, this is WGNI. We'll wish you all the very best and say goodbye. Goodbye!
Bye-bye!
Bye bye.